a dart is randomly thrown at a circular board on which two concentric rings of radius r and 2r are marked which are having same width. What is the probability of a dart to hit to the smaller ring is? So here we have to determine the probability. What is the definition of probability? Number of successful outcomes divided by total possible outcomes. So here we have to find out what is the probability or what is the circumference of this given ring so that a dart can hit here as compared to the total probability. The dart can hit to the smaller ring as well as it can hit to the larger ring. But here we just have to find out the probability for the smaller ring. So what is the circumference of a smaller ring? The radius is given to us. The circumference of a smaller ring is what? 2 pi r. And the circumference of the larger ring is what? 2 pi 2r. So simplifying this, what we get? 2 pi r divided by 4 pi r. Simplifying this further, we get half. So what is the probability of a dart to hit a smaller ring? Is half of the larger ring. So our answer is what? Option number 2 is our correct answer. The next question is, which among the following diagrams can represent the relationship between houses, offices and buildings? So here there are three categories: houses, buildings and offices. And we have to show the relationship between these three by using the Venn diagram. So offices can be the buildings and houses are also the building. Houses and offices are fall in the category of building. So here, suppose this is the set of building. This is the set for building. Then this is for house. And this is for office. And there are certain homes in which offices are also there. So this is what our correct answer, in which home, office, and there are certain home in which offices are also present, and home and offices are what? The buildings. So this is what our option number 1. The next question is, consider the location on the earth where the sun is overhead at noon, comparing the shadow at 10 am. The shadow at 4 pm would be. Here what I have done is I have drawn a diagram of tower. At 10 am this will be the shadow of a tower. At 4 pm this will be the shadow of a tower. I have enlarged this diagram here. Okay. Here this is the tower height. This is OA. This is OB. This is the height at 10 am. This is height at 4 pm. I have to determine the relationship between these two. Okay, so from the angle of tan theta, we know that opposite side divided by adjacent side. Okay, so let's find out the tan theta value for OBC. Okay, considering angle OBC, we can say that the angle made by this is 30 degree is equal to opposite side is what? OC upon OB. What is OC? It is height, and what is OB? It is y. What is the value for tan theta? Tan theta is what? 1 upon root 3 is equal to h upon y. Therefore, y is equal to, here what I can do is, therefore h is equal to y upon root 3. H is equal to y upon root 3. Again, consider the another triangle OAC. Tan theta is equal to opposite side, which is OC, to the adjacent side OA. What is OC? It is a height, and what is OA? X. What is tan 30 here? The angle is tan 60, sorry. tan 60 is equal to h upon x. What is tan 60? Tan 60 is root 3. What is the value of h? Y upon root 3 into x. Transfer this here, root 3 into root 3 into x is equal to y. Therefore, y is equal to what? 3x. The shadow at 4 p.m. is what? 3 times the shadow at 10 a.m. Okay, this is what? This much shadow. And the shadow at 4 p.m. is what? 3 times the shadow at 10 a.m. So, this is what? Our correct answer. The next question is, the trends of the two quantities over a 5-year of period is as shown in the graph. Which of the following inferences will be valid? Here, graph is given to us. This is for quantity 1 and this is for quantity 2. And we have given certain inferences and we have to see which are true and which are not true. So here, first one is the mean value for both the quantities are nearly equal. Here, by observing the graph only, we can see that the mean value for this graph is this, nearly this, and the mean value for this graph is nearly this. So, by observing the graphs only, we can see that the mean values for both the quantities are nearly equal. So, this inference is true. The second inference is the variation between the two quantities are nearly equal. Here, what is happening? The variation for quantity 1 is over a very less period of time. On the other hand, for the quantity 2, the variation is very high, from lower to direct higher value. Okay, so that's why the variation in those two quantities are not nearly equal, but the variation is very huge. So that's why this is what? Not true. The third one is the variation in first quantity is less as compared to the variation in the second quantity, which is true, because here what is happening? The variation is in the interval of very less amount. Okay, the period for the variation for first quantity is very less as compared to the variation for the second quantity. That's why this is what? True. So, by observing all the inferences, we can say that A and C inferences are valid. Okay, so this is what our answer. The next question is, the graph shows the rainfall and temperature at a place over a 1 week. Which day of the week would feel most humid? Here we have to find out the most humid day of a week. Here from the graph you can see that the temperature, this is what the graph of rainfall. The rainfall is increasing and the temperature is what? Decreasing. Okay, so the day at which, first of all, we have to see what is the relationship between humidity, temperature and rainfall. So, humidity is directly related to the rainfall and it is inversely related to the temperature. From our observation, we can say that on rainy days, the humidity is more in the environment. On the other hand, on the summer days, we can see that the humidity is less. So, we have to observe here a day at which the rainfall is highest. We have to see here the rainfall is highest, but the temperature is low as compared to the rainfall. Okay, so from observing, we can see that on the Saturday, the temperature is less, but the rainfall is highest among all the rainfall occur at every day. Okay. On the other hand, on Thursday also the temperature is less and rainfall is high, but it is not that much high which occurred on Saturday. So that's why we have to choose here a day at which the rainfall is highest but the temperature is low. So on Saturday the rainfall is highest among all the days. Also, the temperature is low, not very low, but compared to the rainfall, it is low. That's why our correct answer is what? Saturday. If you like this video, please press like button. If you have any doubts regarding the question, please leave them in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.